Of course, we live in a society that has to push this narrative on us to compete. I think about something that people always say, this is saturated. There's too many people doing that. I shouldn't do that. I want to do something different. I also think about how when you step into a certain field, other people that are doing that thing, how it's like really weird energy and not a lot of collaborations happen with your peers. I won't say that it doesn't happen at all. Outside of a few people, if you even get that, it's like really weird energy. And now that I'm into marketing and in the marketing world, we call this competition. I try not to use that word so loosely. I try to say others in your industry and things like that because there really isn't any competition. So for those of you who do not know, I am KeaShundrea. I just got out the shower and I am doing this whole low effort content creation thing when I do my creative entrepreneur diaries. So this is the type of content that you'll see. You never know what you're going to get. Y'all know the best ideas come when you get out the shower. So the whole time I'm in the shower, I'm like, ooh, should I write this down to record at the computer or should I just go ahead and get out the way? I just want to get this point across for people who come into something thinking that there's too many people doing this. I'm not going to do this. When you already have a passion, you already have a natural ability and a way to do this, but you stop yourself from doing it because it's saturated. There is no such thing as competition. Of course, we live in a society that has to push this narrative on us to compete. And hopefully this will change the way that you show up from now on and really believe that there really is no competition out there. Nobody is your competitor. You are in your own lane. You are doing your own thing. As a brand strategist, content strategist, you have to learn about marketing. So my approach, instead of looking at it as a competitor, when you're building a brand, you are here to fill a gap. So no matter how saturated something is, no matter how many people are doing it, no matter how many quote unquote competitors there are in whatever field you're in, I don't care what field it is, everybody is said to have a quote unquote competitor. But when you come into this doing what you do, even though there is a whole bunch of people around you doing the same thing, everybody's going to do it a different way. And this is why I feel like branding is important. I'm gonna get to it. You should come into this filling a gap. Yes, there's other people doing it, but you look at other people, you look at, let's say for photography, I look at photography and I look at all of the photographers that are in Memphis and they have a photography business. And I'm like, I love what they do. And I might want to do something like that, but I don't really like how they move when they do that thing. Then I look at this one and be like, nah, I'm not doing my business like that at all. So you collect information from all of your quote unquote competitors and the people in your industry. We're going to just refer to them as such. The people in your industry, because again, they're not your competitors. You look at the people in your industry and you say, there's something missing here. It looks like we're all doing the same thing, but nobody is really touching on this right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. And now me being the person that helps people with their brands and defining who they are, I don't do the design and things like that. As a brand and content strategist, we work on the inside. We get the structure together, get the message together, get your offers together. And of course, your content and how you're going to position yourself on social media. When I'm doing all of these things for people, I'm telling them to be yourself. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You are really in your own lane. So hopefully that part right there serves as a source of inspiration for people who may be starting a new business, or if you're pivoting, or even if you've been doing it a while, you're kind of stuck because of that. You absolutely have no competition. You are here to fill a gap. Find what's missing and fill that gap. best branding advice you're going to get. And then another thing when it comes to that competition, I really think about how when you, or I'll just say I really think about how no matter what it is that I do, like I said, there's going to be those group of people who accept you and who you create community with within your industry. But it's always weird energy from people that are doing the same things as you. And I think it just goes back to that competitor thing. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not competing with y'all because like I said, I'm looking at them and I'm like, you're really good at what you do, but I don't want to necessarily do that. That's not my style. So I'm not competing with you. There definitely is that energy in photography. And I'm pretty sure whatever business that you have, you've probably felt that too. And I'm just like, man, it would be really nice if people didn't look at you as competitors because you really could create community. Just like I said, where you're filling in that gap, like, oh, you don't really do this, so I'm going to step in and do this. You can collaborate with them and be like, I see that you offer this and I offer something different. So what if when somebody comes to me and they want that, I send them to you. And if somebody comes to you and they ask for that thing that I offer, you send them my way. In a perfect world, that seems like that would be ideal. And nothing changed when I pivoted into becoming a brand and content strategist. But there was a little bit more added to that. None of this was said out loud. These are all my feelings, but I trust it. I trust that what I'm feeling is exactly what's happening. There's this energy from other strategists and coaches like, who does she think she is? Like the audacity of her. That's the kind of energy you get from quote unquote competitors. But like I said before, there's no such thing as competitors. I'm not competing with nobody. I don't care who you are. I absolutely feel like I'm in my own lane. The same thing could go for that as well. It could be like, you're sitting here looking at me as a competitor, but I'm like, dang, it would be nice if we can collaborate, or you've been doing this way longer than me. It would be really nice if I could be your understudy and learn a couple of things about my business so I can grow and evolve and take some pointers. But people don't approach it like that because there's always this competition thing going around. And I really hate that for us as a collective. A little bit of encouragement for people who are pivoting or people who are starting a new business and you get imposter syndrome. Like, I don't really do it like them, but that's the whole point. You're not supposed to do it like them. You're coming into this, you're filling that gap, you're finding what's missing and you're doing that. Being unique, being different, being weird, whatever it is, that's what you're supposed to come in here and do. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. If you resonated with this content, let me know how you feel about this competition aspect of business. If you want to take it a little further, let me know what unique gap that you feel in your industry. Again, I am KeaShundrea, multi-passionate creator, brand photographer turned brand and content strategist, and I use this channel to talk about my experience as a multi-passionate solopreneur and to help other multi-creative and solopreneurs build wealth with their gifts online and be seen, felt, heard, and paid by their people without sacrificing your well-being. So if any of that resonates with you, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more content because it's gonna get good. We're just getting started. I'm gonna see y'all somewhere on the feed. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. Peace. Happy creating.